Because of Bessie Coleman, we've overcome that which was much worse than racial barriers. We've overcome the barriers within ourselves and dared to dream. William J. Powell. William Powell was referred to as a prophet of aviation. He's a gentleman that was way ahead of his time on many different levels.
William Powell didn't just love to fly. He wanted to harness aviation as an agent of social change.
He hears about Bessie Coleman, he takes her story, and he realizes that this could inspire a whole generation.
So he formed the Bessie Coleman Aero Club, which allowed not just African Americans, but anybody to come together and join this club so they could pool their resources and become pilots.
Powell formed his club in Los Angeles in the late 1920s, when every aspect of American society was segregated, including the new world of aviation.
And the question for him was, could blacks elbow their way in? Could this break down racism itself?
Powell thought that if blacks could master this cutting-edge technology, equality could follow.
He believes that the air is a way to find not just adventure, but opportunity, jobs, freedom.
He thought that if he could get African Americans involved in aviation, it would transform their everyday life.
Like William Powell before him, Robin Petgrave is transforming young lives in Los Angeles. By offering kids flight lessons, he hopes to broaden their perspective.
I have a firm belief that because the kids are introduced to aviation at such a young age, they look at things completely different.
Petgrave believes that kids who can handle planes and helicopters are better equipped to handle life.
It'll give them opportunities that they never had, and it will allow them to do anything.
Petgrave uses aviation as an inspiration.
We have kids that come here from, they all have different situations, and so this place winds up being like a place where they can come and feel welcomed and feel a part of the family.
No, but seriously, why do you guys like flying?
Petgrave challenges the kids, and they respond by learning more about flight than most adults.
It's a great experience.
Yeah, something great to do. It gives you interactions.
So how many of you guys want to be an airline pilot?
What I tap into with the kids is everybody has a dream or a yearning, and we're the food that feeds their hunger. I think some people call it hope.
Hundreds of kids have come through Petgrave's program, including one very determined young girl.
Kimberly Anyadike came to the museum when she was 12 years old with this passion to want to learn to fly airplanes.
Kimberly earned lessons and pursued her license. One requirement is to fly at least 50 miles in one flight, called cross-country flying.
She thought it meant all the way across the country and back. And she was like, well, why can't I fly across the country? I'm like, well, because it's very difficult. And she said, I think I can do it. And I said, all right, we'll start planning.
After months of planning, Kimberly flew across America, coast to coast, round trip. She was just 15.
Every day I get to see miracles happen. I get to see things that were not supposed to happen because of how a person was put into this world. The family, the location, the color, the gender, and I get to change that.